Hey, everybody. Welcome aboard. I don't think I need this light. Maybe tone it down or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. How's everybody doing? Sorry about my tardiness. Sorry about my tardiness. I was in the pool. I don't know if you all, I don't know. Anyway, I did some swimming and I tried to look at my time. We had some housekeepers coming by today and clean up and stuff. And then, naturally things are all in disarray. Stuff need to be lifted up. I'm never pitching in and doing my full, help. Nita's amazing. She got everybody all together and got everybody doing what they need to do. And it's done. So now I come in the house and everything is nice and in order as it should be. So I haven't given it a full inspection, but at least from where I'm sitting, everything looks good. Yeah, Stephanie Risby, happy birthday to you and your twin brother, Stefan. Happy birthday, you two. I know you two probably had fun growing up. The dastardly duo. The dastardly duo. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and put this link up here. I'm going to go ahead and get this party started. And I'm just saying, not a party. Just China Black. Wow, it's been a minute. Nice to see you. I'm going to drop this link, get my partner up here. Hold on a second. Let me see. Invite, copy, bing, boom, bang. Okay, we are now linktified. Good evening, Virginia, Stephanie, Ray. Dancing with the Stars, it's on now? Yeah, no, I haven't really watched it. I watched it. I used to watch it. My wife watched it or used to watch it. And I used to get into it, Ray, but not in a long time. I can't remember the last person who was on there. And I saw. Yeah. I remember going to Dancing with the Stars with Wendy out in Cali. In Cali, yeah. And we had, and she was, doing her stuff and everything. And it's pretty interesting. Them's were the good old days there, old chum. Speaking of old chum, I got my old chum on here. Evening time.
Hello.
How you doing, Mikey?
Hello, Tommy. Nice to see you, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Bubba. Wait, we got to turn this down, boys. All right, hold on.
Can you hear me?
I'm right here. You got your nephews over here. You guys want to say Uncle? Say hi to Uncle Tate.
Hi.
Hey. Say hi, Uncle Tommy.
Hey.
All right.
Well, hey. I want to talk to you guys later.
All right. Uncle Tommy wants to talk to you. You understand?
Okay. All right,
guys. You're going to talk to Uncle T later. Privately.
Yeah, I got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Apple Crescent. Good evening time. Apple Crescent.
Hi, Apple Crescent. How are you?
All right. Them is my boys right there, Wyatt and Oliver.
That's it.
I want everybody to know. Hey, Mike, where did I fall into the play when they were born? You
were the very first one that met them.
Oh, I was the very first one. Mm-hmm.
The very first one. Literally.
Yeah. Good.
He came up to the hospital and he saw Wyatt first, who's in regular care. And then Oliver was in the NICU for 3 weeks. And he was the first one to see Oliver in the NICU. Out of everybody. My whole family. Yep. That's my brother.
So,
my brother.
So, Mike, look at him stretching his neck. Who are you stretching your neck at? Look at him. Hey, peeping around. Oh, snake. Little snake. Huh?
You want to hang a little bit?
So, hey, Halloween's coming up. You getting ready?
Look at us. We're like matching twin Porsches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, that was a nice shot of you too over there at the campground or the fairground.
Oh, the car show. Yeah, yes.
That was nice.
Killer. Oh man, It was so great. I brought the 944 and I put paintings on the back window and on the top. I got some people who were interested, some really nice people. So it went out pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll see what shakes out, you know.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
see what shakes out. Man, I look better without that beard. Holy macaroni.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you realize, folks, this is Mike. You remember he had
I had the big giant handlebar mustache and the big beard. I look like
Does
a
he
real
look so he looks yeah.
I look much more distinguished now. That's it. Here, go get a charger for this thing. Charge this thing up, will you? You got to get the little mini me going over there.
Yes.
So, Micah, we've talked through the years about both of our situations, man, in terms of you know, not really coping with stuff, because I think we both are pretty copacetic. We know how to relate and deal with stuff and then hash things out. But you know, I know that a lot of times, you know, we're dealing with our anxiety and our you know, little tics that we got. You know, it's Stephanie Risby's birthday. Yes, and happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Also my birthday. Wait, today is also my brother's birthday. Okay. Hey, tell Tommy I said happy birthday.
Bring that tablet back in here and just give me the cord so I can charge it, please.
China Black, it's Tommy. Your brother's name is Tommy as well, right? Tommy? Anyway.
Hi, China.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I tell you, you know, just kind of talking on anxiety, you know, the one thing that I learned, you know.
Where the charger?
Okay, it's right there. Here, give that to me. Thanks, sweetheart. The one thing that I've learned with, you know, anxiety and so forth and how to deal with it as far as for me is that, you know, when the economy crashed in 2008, that was really a massive test for myself because my business collapsed. Everything kind of just went down. And it was a very challenging time. And the thing is that for me, I've always been big into psychology. I've always been big into with Tony Robbins, and it's been very helpful when I, you know, broke my back. I was in my near fatal car crash. But the thing that really kind of really helped was this book called The Four Agreements. And it's by Don Miguel Ruiz. And you can get it. I would get the color copy. You want watercolor copy. And the reason is that color creates a biochemical change in your body. So pastels, bright, lively colors, it makes you feel better. It just automatically does. So what happened was I was looking for a job, and I went down to this Porsche dealership in Princeton, New Jersey, and we started talking with this guy and talking about Tony Robbins, all stuff. He goes, "Have you ever read The Four Agreements?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "You got to get the book." So I read this book, and out of everything I read, it was the four simple agreements that they spoke about. Number one, be impeccable with your word. Don't say anything against yourself or others. If you're focusing on saying bad things about somebody else or yourself, that's causing stress upon your body. Number two, if you're taking everything personal, that's going to cause stress. That's going to cause anxiety. So what happens is that by not taking it personal, that's that person's perception of their own reality. It's their visions, their thoughts, their ideas, their theories of what should be right and what should be wrong. And it has no relevance on you as a human being. Nothing, whether it be your child, your wife, your mom, your dad, your significant other. It doesn't matter on any of it. Number three, don't make assumption. Make an assumption creates, like, if you're assuming that it's something, then you're anticipating that that is real. It's a self-hypnosis, if you will. So the thing is that by making that assumption, you're creating that stress. If you're having anxiety and you're thinking, thank you. If you're having anxiety and you're thinking about this should be this or this should be that, you're making assumptions. So stop that. It takes practice. You got to talk outside. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Bobby. How are you? It takes, you know, practice. And I've been doing this since it's 13 years. But you've got to be conscious about it, talking to yourself, talking out loud, writing it down, what have you. It does help. It doesn't always work. But as long as you keep on practicing, as long as you keep on going through the motion of it, as long as you keep on visualizing it and speaking about it, you're going to get there because the subconscious in your mind is going to eventually take over. And we don't want the ego to focus on it because the ego always wants to be in first place. The ego is always pushing you for the negative. It's very hard for that ego not to. So, you know, that. And number four, be your best. Whether if you're at the bottom of the barrel or at the top of the mountain, just be your best. Do the best that you possibly can to do the right thing. And that's what I do. Does it work all the time? No, not at all. But it works more than not. I'd say it works, 80% of the time, 70% of the time, 80%, 90%. It's that plus the combination of taking care of yourself, eating right. Now, I don't eat right, so I got to focus on that. But what I've been doing in conjunction with all of that is that I do a hyperbaric chamber, and I go in for an oxygen chamber, and that relaxes me. Saturday, I was in for 3 hours, and by the time I got out, I was just high as a kite, not literally, but just, all that oxygen going through your brain, opening up everything that hasn't, it's like dusting out all the cobwebs. And it's just an incredible, incredible feeling. And that's what I do. I don't know what you guys do. Why don't you comment? Let me hear, and by the way, I'm not a professional. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
None of that. It's just
this is
my experience. That's all. And I'm
this
just here to
evening.
help.
This evening, I tried to get a hold of. I have a Christina Ferrari. Remember we went to school.
Yeah.
Remember her from high school?
Mm-hmm.
She's a very accomplished psychologist now, and I had her on my my podcast when I was doing my show. And so I reached out to her, and I was short notice. We're going to try to set up where she'd come in and kind of give people some takeaways and stuff. She's, and just take her time and just talk to people a little bit, or talk to the channel a little bit, and any of the questions that we have. So, I'm going to jot down little stuff here while we're talking and having our conversation.
Yeah.
Again, we're not professionals about this whole thing. I experience anxiety. I experienced anxiety this evening, actually, getting out of the pool, trying to figure it all out, and I'm not going to be on time. I'm never on time for anything, Mike. You know that. I'm never on time for anything. And I got to work on that. And I get anxiety just trying to be on time for stuff, or be close to the mark. And so
it's
anxiety.
Challenging. It's a very challenging thing. It's just, and when you're working for yourself, you could get lost in all of this stuff. And I still get panic. I mean, like sometimes, you'll be humming along and you're doing all the stuff, and then all of a sudden you're really, thank you. And then all of a sudden you're just realize that, oh my God, like what? And then you start thinking 2 feet ahead, 3 steps ahead, 4 steps ahead, 2 feet ahead, whatever it may be. And you're just ahead of it. And you're like, oh my God, what if this, what if that, what if this? The next thing you know, you're hyperventilating. You cannot do that. You've got to talk. And when you're in that mode, you've got to talk out loud to yourself. At least that's what I do. Hey, listen, this is a chemical thing. I'm anticipating. I know I'm going through something. This is not how it's supposed to be. I got to step out. So I step out of the situation. You got to walk away. You got to get outside, get some air, do something that's going to be able to get your mind off of what that negative is. Sure. And allow yourself to calm down and breathe. And once you can calm down, then you can reevaluate. It's like being in an argument with your significant other, or being in an argument with a friend. They always say, if you're in an argument, you're in a heated argument, what's the best thing to do? Walk away. So you got to walk away from yourself. Yeah. And allow yourself to relax enough to where you can calm yourself down. And when you can calm yourself down, then you can reanalyze what you're doing and what you're thinking, and then get a game plan and then move forward. Again, it doesn't always work, but that's just what I'm doing. This conversation tonight is really as if, pretend you're calling your buddy or your friend or your sister and be like, hey, listen, I'm stressed. We all do it, right? We all do it. It's like, oh my God, what do you think? Well, the reality is that the people who are like, well, what do you think? They may not have all the answers, but there's going to be something there that they may be able to take away that can assist them, whether it be now or in the future, or even looking back in the past. Right? Okay,
so let's take a look at the messages. We have, yes, there is a method called cognitive behavior therapy, which is a process to help the brain, help retrain the brain to understand and respond differently to situations that you are feeling.
Correct.
Says, yeah, absolutely. Retraining, that's key.
It is,
because
you're working out that
habit.
Muscle.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I'm just plugging this in so I could see on everything else too. Okay.
We also have Stephanie Risby, verbal affirmation, and ashwagandha works well for me for 6 years. Ashwagandha. Can you what's the definition of ashwagandha?
I have no idea.
Yeah. What is ashwagandha, Stephanie? Stephanie, I put a link in there as well if you care to come on up. Come on up.
Hi, Apple Crescent. How are you? Doing some of the stuff.
And for years, you think about anxiety and all this stuff, and so many times you try to cope, you try to manage stuff as you're going through, and self-medicate. It's like getting a cut, you self-medicate. But a lot of times, you can't be fearful of going and getting professional help. What do you think about that, Mike?
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? We don't have all the answers, everybody. Nobody
Yeah.
does. I mean, the thing is that there's a reason for it. Now, you don't have to go to a traditional therapist or what have you. There's people online. Like for me, for example, what helped me tremendously was Tony Robbins. In 2003, I was at a crossroads. I just needed to get to that next level. And what I did is my buddy who I met, this guy, Rich, he was a very successful guy. And he was like, listen, I just went to Tony Robbins. You need to go. And I go, the guy who walks on fire? He goes, yes. I go, did you actually walk on 2,000 degree hot coals? He goes, yes. He goes, and you're going to do it too. I go, get out of here. There's no way. I'm not security anymore. But I wound up doing it. And I did it. And I went twice. And it was incredible. It was incredible. The explosive growth that I had, because all of a sudden you're throwing out all that negative. It's just breaking all the nonsense down, crushing it down, realizing that you're greater than that nonsense and getting it out of your system. And it's just a great thing. Also, hypnotherapy. I love hypnotherapy. I think that is absolutely awesome. I did that for many years. Well, not many years, just a little bit when I was starting with my artwork. This is back in 2007 when I came down to Georgia, and I found a hypnotherapist because I wanted to get trained. I love that stuff, and it really works. And I still have the tapes that are 13 years old. I mean, it's just an amazing thing. And then all of a sudden you start seeing things like just falling into that place. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. Don't be afraid to speak up if something's bothering you. It's by holding it in and holding it down, it causes the earth to shake in all the wrong ways, right? It just creates an earthquake inside of you, and it's devastating, and you don't want to do that, But then there's individuals that have chemical imbalances that cannot help it. It's just the way they're born. It's the way their chemical compound is, and then they get on meds and so forth. And I'm sure that helps. I know people in my family who deal with that, but it's you gotta just it's a as the old saying is, it takes a village. You have to be able to collaborate with all the benefits that are out there that work for you. Mm-hmm. And I'm not the individual to tell you what works or not work, but it's just hearing it from someone else besides in your inner circle. Maybe that would help. So, hopefully all this stuff helps, because everybody's got to live past 100, anything less than 100 is not working,
right.
And that becomes the tragedy. So that's our goal. We're here to do that. And I guarantee it, I'm going to make it one way or another. I don't care how I get there. I got to cross the line, even if you're dragging me.
Yeah. And do it with sanity, do it with, have some scruples about yourself.
Yeah.
As you go. Yeah.
It's and also, the other thing that I'm seeing with anxiety, especially now with COVID and people, oh yeah. Hi, Stephanie. Yeah. You walk down a hot cold. Oh yeah. It's incredible. He just had a freebie on Saturday. I couldn't go because I was in the oxygen.
You've been following in the chamber. You've been following.
I love that. Oh my God, I was high as a kite. It was
great. You've been following Tony Robbins for a long time too, Mike.
2003, 2002.
Yeah.
And you met Rich and I at our wedding.
Yeah.
We had the wedding. He was in the wedding party with you. And Rich is, he's my other brother. I mean, I never had real brothers by blood for a reason. There's a reason for everything, even though there's not a reason on certain things that are tragic. Of course, it's like, what the hell? There's no reason for this. But the thing is that the good stuff, the guy you're seeing right next to me that's my brother, as much as any brother can be. His father is a father to me as any father could be. It's just, that's what it is. I mean, right. It's just, and he's the only father that I've got left. My dad passed away 2 years ago, which is beyond horrific.
Yeah. When I'm not on the phone with my dad, Michael called. Mike talks to my dad all the time.
Oh my God. We called. So I just got this Lincoln. Oh my God. So I got this 71 Continental Mark III. It's called Acapulco Blue. It's gorgeous. And I got a great deal on it. It's got good upside, blah, blah, blah. So Mr. Williams had an 84 town car. So what do? Send it right to Pops. And all he does is You keep on doing you do your thing. Wait, what did he say? You know what? I got to take a look at it. What Daddy said. Hold on, wait. Let me just say, hold on. He said, he goes, you're doing it, or wait a minute, hold on. Sorry, everybody. Now I'm like on a tangent. I'm sorry. Wait. He said, drive on. That's what he said. Drive on.
Yeah,
That's what I was saying.
I was saying it's not going to be too many words.
Yep, drive on. And I was like, all right. So I called Mr. Williams. I was like, he goes, oh man, that's killer. I said, I wish you were up here. You go drive it anytime you want. I'd give it to him, for God's sake. It doesn't matter, it's just, family is family. It's
we've dogged out all his cars.
Oh
it's about time to just let him test drive our cars and just drive around.
The fact that we still have a hide left on our backside, forget about it. It's like, oh my God. Hi, Barb. Hi, Tommy, Mike, and Kaz. Good top, guys. Oh, so Barb, talk to me. Tell me what you're going through. Tell me what you're going through. Like, what is it that's transpiring? Are you on a lot of medication, or is it just like mild? Do you have panic attacks? Like, what is it? How can we help? And not that I'm not a doctor. I'm just a guy, but it's like, I'm just, my friends call me the black market doctor. It's like when I used to adjust everybody, I adjust my friends because I went to chiropractic school, I knew how to adjust. You don't charge or anything. It's just, you're trying to help people. But it's, that's a long time ago, actually. But how can we help? So what is going on? Hi, China. I feel like I need suspenders or something. Larry David. By the way, did anybody see Curb Your Enthusiasm last night? It was absolutely hilarious. If you're not into it, that's okay. But it was good. Yeah. Drive on. That's what Daddy said. Drive on.
Hey, Ursula. Evening time.
Oh, yeah. All right, wait. Let me get back to the thingamajig. Hold on. I got to get back on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait, where's... Oh, okay. Here we go. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah. Hey, Barb. All right. So I'm looking at everything. Wow. What's up with the hairdo? Anyway. Let's see. If you need any help with anxiety, there's a lot of free sources out there. Oh, cool, Apple Carson. On the internet and everything. Yes, Stephanie. Tony does have a very huge following. I mean, the thing is that you've just got to, I don't know how to say it. It all depends on what you're suffering from. You know what I mean? I mean, my wife suffers from anxiety. Like, at times it was debilitating. I mean, really, she's the best. I mean, but it gets overwhelming, and it's been paralyzing at times. And the thing is, if you're in a spousal situation, or you're in a romantic, whatever it may be, or friend, the way I view things, I'm like, okay, listen, you got to do X, Y, and Z. A male version is like A plus B equals C. Let's go. Let's do it. Come on. A woman, at least that's what I've experienced with my wife, it's different. You don't understand what I'm going through. I'm like, listen, honey, you just got to, come on, we can do this thing. It doesn't change. And medicine, it doesn't work. It's like being a guinea pig. I mean, it's a hit or miss. And we can make the best theory, the best hypothesis about as a doctor, what we feel we can do to aid that patient, but that's not a guarantee. So what I do is this. Number one, get adjusted. Go to a chiropractor. Make sure that your spine is subluxation free. Make sure that you're not subluxated. Why? Because when the spine gets out of alignment, it's pinching off all those nerve endings to everywhere in your body, brain stem, all the way down. And if you're out of alignment, you need to get adjusted. You should be going 3 times a week. That's my recommendation. I was studying to be a chiropractor, never made it through because I couldn't get through school. I was terrible at it, but I know what I'm talking about. My personal opinion again. So do that. Find yourself a hyperbaric chamber. It's about $70 a session. Go once a week. Forget about going out to dinner. Who cares about that? Go to that. It'll prolong your life. It'll also calm you down. And also what it does is that it opens up inside your head, in your brain. They use it for autism. They use it for ADD. They use it for Alzheimer's. They use it for cancer. They use it just to heal the body. All of the athletes that are out there that you see are using hyperbaric chamber for regeneration of their muscle tissues after being hurt or an injury or what have you. And then it's just preventive as well. And that's been my experience. I met a gentleman who had multiple myeloma. He's had it for 17 years. He's been doing this for 6 years straight. Thank God he's kicking butt and taking names. He was literally picking out his coffin beforehand. And that is what he told me. That's not what I see or I was there. I just want to be clear on all this because I don't want anybody to be like, oh, he said X, Y, and Z. This is what I'm saying. I want to be absolutely clear about what I'm saying. Hopefully it helps you. But this is it. And it really, really does help. Search for a hyperbaric oxygen chamber. Sometimes they'll let you do a test drive. You know, I get my back adjusted 4 times a year as regular maintenance.
Is it a real chamber? Is it like body, like fits your whole body? Your whole body goes inside
your
of
whole
it?
body, Bubba. You're in a capsule. It's like, you know, you're in a giant capsule, or you could be in a hard shell. Stephanie, if you're just getting adjusted 4 times a year, me personally, that's beyond not enough. You should be going minimum once a week. You could go to a place called The Joint. It's $59 a month. It's 4 times a month, once a week. Boom. Even if you don't think you need it, trust me. Let them check you. If you're subluxated, you're subluxated. The body will tell what's going on. It's not about the ego and not about the educated mind. It's about innate. It's about what's going on inside your body that is truly happening. And that's what it is. So deep tissue massages help as well. But that's the exterior of the foundation. The foundation is your skeletal. After the skeletal is in proper alignment, then we work on everything else. So that's how that works. But yeah, what were you saying, T? I'm sorry, Bubba.
Yeah, I was just trying to visualize this hyperbaric chamber.
The hyperbaric, yes. Okay, so the hyperbaric chamber is, you guys can look online. Look for a hyperbaric oxygen chamber. What it is they, it's a tube, like it's all like very thick rubberized canvas, and it's very thick. And what happens? There's zipper on it. So you climb in. There's 2 little portholes, which is probably about 12 inches long and maybe probably about 8 or 9 inches, maybe 10 inches wide. And it's light in there. And then what happens is you go in, there's valves inside where, you know, once you're done, you open the valves and it releases all the air. And it fills up gently with oxygen. It's a 1.3 atmosphere of pressure. And, oh, perfect. Good, Stephanie. Let me know how it goes, please. And no, it's not, Barb, it's not that bad and claustrophobic. I'm claustrophobic. Trust me, you look right out, it's easy. And you have plenty of room. Plenty of room. So it's not bad at all. You probably, if you're lying on your bed and you raise your hand all the way up, or you lift your feet all the way up, you know, like
there's space.
There's absolute space. You're not.
Okay.
And it's very easy to get at. It's not like an MRI or something. Because that I can't.
Okay, that's what I was thinking about.
No, I can't do it.
I was like, geez, that's anxiety right there.
Yeah, but after my mom passed and I saw her, you know, in her final place, I can't do it. No way. It freaks me out. So, but the thing is that it's phenomenal. Oh my God, it's phenomenal. It's crazy. You know, this guy that lets me go in, who I've become friends with, every Saturday, it's basically like, you know, people can come in and they can test drive it and do what they're doing. And hardly people come, but then they start thinking like, wow, it doesn't matter what you think. It matters what your body reacts to, right? If you're taking a medicine, for example, aspirin, your body reacts to that aspirin. Your body's not thinking about the aspirin. Your body is reacting to that aspirin. When you go inside that chamber, your body reacts to that oxygen and it absorbs that oxygen and it heals you from the inside out. And it's just like, it's an unbelievable experience. And if everybody did it once a week, we'd all be living to 100. Next thing you know, they'd be doing deer population, which is what they're doing with this cancer bullshit. But it's just, you know, and I'm sorry for cursing, but, you know, got these little flies in there. So anyway, but the thing is like, it's unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable. I literally, I would forfeit everything I've got to just do it. You know, and I don't mean family or anything like that, but the extracurricular activities, you know, going out or if I'm buying a car or whatever I'm doing, I would rather buy one of those to prolong my life, because any way you cut it, if we're not breathing, does it really matter? Does it really matter? You know, we're here to live. No, not Coffin Lake. No. I no Count Chocula or Dracula. Remember Count Chocula cereal?
Yeah. Oh, that was delicious.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I like
What was his name on
Frankenberry, Count Chocula,
no,
Blueberry.
what was his name on Electric Company? The Count. Oh,
The
that
Count.
1, 2, 3. That's what we would do,
Yeah.
3 years old.
Yeah.
Very nice. Oh, okay. Anyway, so no, not Coffin Lake. Not Coffin Lake at all. Absolutely not. You go in, it's relaxing. And by the way, you don't have to just lie there. You can watch your TV. You can watch your iPad. You can watch YouTube. You can do your computer. You can do whatever the hell you want in there. It's easy. I bring a giant fan. I went to Home Depot and I got this big commercial fan that's probably, I don't know, the size of less than a pizza. Maybe it's 12 inches across. And it's one of those fans, for the people, construction guys. You get a big battery, stick it in, gets a nice wind in there. It's peaceful. It's great. It's great. Matter of fact, I think I did a video on it with me inside of it. And maybe we could put it up here or something. I don't know if I could download it, but maybe next time, whatever. It's easy to do. And, if anybody's in Georgia, ring me up. I can meet you over there. They're in Buford and they're fantastic. And it's great. But find them in your local area. I'm telling you, it will save your life. It will help you. It's a combined effort, though. As I said, remember, it takes a village to heal yourself. And the village, what I mean is different types of, cures and different type of procedures and different type of practices. That's what I'm looking for. Whether it be chiropractic, eating healthy, all of these things it takes. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at. T, can you hear me? You got me, T? Okay. So anyway, everybody, so that's kind of it. So I'm looking on here. We got China Black. We got Bev. Hi, Bev. And let's see what else we got. I've got the iPad, as you can see, so I can see what people are saying. And that's it. So let's see what we got going on. Support groups. All right. Support groups. Barb, support. Yeah, that would be kind of tough. I would not, me personally, I think a support group would be kind of challenging because, again, you've got everybody's personal opinion on it. And, I don't know how that would be. That's just me personally. I prefer to kind of do my thing. But I like talking with people and, I don't know. It depends. I hope it helps you. What else? Wait a minute, hold on. Let me see if T's on. iPad, you can watch YouTube, you can do your computer, you can do it. Are we there? Is everybody still there? T, are you on? I bring a giant fan. I went to Home Depot and I got this big commercial fan. Tommy. Oh, he doesn't hear me. That's what it is. So anyway, everybody, what's everybody else doing? That's awesome. Hi, Louise. That's great. Listen, like I said, it's whatever works, right? Everybody, panic attacks, Margie, do come without warning. Absolutely. Absolutely. No question about it. When I was in a near fatal car crash 16 years ago, and I had PST, post-traumatic stress, and I didn't know what the heck was going on. And it just was like, whoa. And basically I was waking up in the middle of the night and I was clenching my wife and I was freaking out. I mean, freaking out, like petrified. And so I went to this guy. His name was Ed Lowenstein. He's in, I think, Linden, New Jersey. He's great. And he sounds like Woody Allen. And so I said, Ed, listen, I got this thing going on. And he's like, tell me what's happening. And And he, literally sounds like, and I'm like, well, I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like trembling. He goes, you have post-traumatic stress disorder. And I go, well, what do I got to do? Hug yourself, talk to yourself in the third person, pat your face. So I started practicing for about a week, come back a week later, and he goes, how you doing? And I said, I feel pretty good. And I basically kind of just got out of
Send
that
you the link
initial,
so that tomorrow you'll be able to come on and you'll be able to, give some more insight and things. And I really do appreciate that. Okay, fantastic. Listen, we'll have a great evening and thanks so much. You're welcome, pal. Take care. God bless. All right. Bye-bye. Bye.
So anyway,
Yeah, man.
the PST, I mean, it happens. So, but, support groups are great. If it works, it's great. For me, I don't know how it would. Maybe it would. I don't know. I've never had to do it. So it's not, that's just my personal experience. But it's whatever it takes to get an A, guys. Whatever it takes to get you healthy, to make you happy, to get that down. But those panic attacks do pop up out of nowhere. And what it is, it's the subconscious inside of you, it creeping in, all the things that are happening that you're either. Hello, I'm here. What are you going to do? So that's my brother.
So yeah, it would be great to get a therapist who specializes.
Therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy.
She's the best. Tell
She's
Lisa,
the queen.
hey,
She knows it. She knows it.
Is she watching us?
Leigh, are you watching? Oh, she's on with her mom today.
Oh, okay.
But she's always.
Yeah. Good stuff.
It's family affair. That's it. So how's everybody else doing? Sir the Ross. Hey, Sir the Ross, what's happening?
Sir the Ross. He's always an even kill guy. I definitely caught a good
Sir the Ross.
Sir the Ross, how you doing? Sir the Ross. He's a good guy. He actually came on my the podcast as well.
Oh, did he? Cool, man.
Yeah. Real even flowed type of fella,
Well, the name kind of speaks for itself, Sir the Ross.
Sir the Ross. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Exercise helps,
Always.
I'll tell you, man, just going in the pool this evening. Oh, I needed that badly. Just to diffuse the
that's
day.
my fault.
Unwind.
Yeah.
Stressing versus anxiety. Stress, anxiety. What's the true definition of anxiety?
I have no idea.
We'll find it all out.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a couple of days feat, everybody. We're gonna talk about it. It'll be intertwined in the regular discussion and stuff. We always want to consider it. I mean, I'm just looking in the chat. I know when I mentioned it initially about doing this segment, there was quite a few people who responded and said, yeah, I'm actually take medication for anxiety. So I mean, I didn't realize that there was medication as well out there.
Oh yeah.
To take to kind of
There's all forms of it too.
Yeah.
You have mild, you have severe. I mean, it's a seriously, it can be very debilitating. I mean, crippling, literally crippling. I've seen it. It's tough, and it's you just got to work your way through it. I've seen it with family, and it's just it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing, but it's what they are. People don't ask for it. It's like everybody's created the way they're created. We do the best to improve ourselves, but sometimes it's just beyond that.
Folks, I'm putting a link up here again for anybody who wants to jump on and come on up and join us in a discussion. Just say hi. Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's it. So how was everybody's weekend? Did you have a good weekend?
Ativan.
I take Ativan. Oh, Ativan.
Ativan.
Yeah, that's very good. Good, Louise. Good. I hope it helps, and I hope you're doing great.
Got Saxman Dan in here. Saxman Dan.
Where's Danny?
Danny, he said he had some stuff to do this evening, but he did say he was going to try to wedge away some time, and sure enough, there he is.
There he is.
He's my guys, I'm telling you. Very supportive.
Wrecking crew, we're here. We always got each other's back. That's the way to do it.
Yep. And for those who don't recall, we all have sisters named Wendy. Michael has a sister Wendy. Danny has a sister named Wendy, and I have a sister named Wendy.
Yes. How's she doing, by the way? She's holding?
Yeah, she's holding. Good. Thanks, Mike.
Always. How's Wanda doing?
Yeah, Wanda's doing well. Hanging in there. Yeah,
I gotta say, look, I haven't talked. Oh my God, we used to go over her house in Bricktown. Remember when she'd give us the keys to that BMW, that red little 325?
Yeah,
we thought we were the cat's meow, man.
I know, and then I ended up getting it, and none of the cars seemed to work like they did when I was, taking them. I got the red BMW. I got my parents' 7 BMW. I had that little 320, the 79 straight shifts.
Oh my God, I forgot about that car.
Yeah,
black or something.
That one was silver, and it was like it was pretty cool. I had it was straight pipes going to the rear. I mean, it was like 4-speed, so I would like stretch those gears all the way out.
Do you remember when you took Wanda's Subaru, the 81 Subaru?
Yeah.
All right, so everybody listen. Tita had no idea how to drive this stick. He comes around, pulls up, and we're like, "What the hell are you doing?" He's like, "Yep." So I remember like it was yesterday. We're in front of this kid James Howe's house. T's there. He's got Wanda's car. She let him drive it. Boom. He is bucking that thing like a wild bronco. Boom, 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 boom. Couldn't even get it out of first gear. We were laughing so hard. Oh my God. And he finally made it. And he's just bucking the whole thing all the way up the road. And then he finally got it. That was it. You remember that? I remember yesterday. Oh my God. That was the funniest, man. That was the best. So many good times, guys. I'm telling you, the friends, they, little stuff's coming. The core of your group, whoever your group is, that's everything. I'm telling you, no matter what's going on in our lives, no matter how long it is, no matter what, we get a call, we are there. That's it. It's it. Doesn't matter what it is. And that's it. Let's see what Barb had to say. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry, Barbara. Wait a minute. Barb said I didn't see that one. Okay, Barb, I had no money for help. I've been slowly packing myself.
Oh yeah, that's Louise.
We're flying into
Louise is on her way. She's trying to make that move to Central Florida, y'all.
Oh, very nice, very nice, very nice.
All the best, Louise.
Have a safe trip.
Green Acres move.
It's weird because the average person who has negative experience says it is what it is, but the person who thinks it is the worst thing in the world. Right. Absolutely, it's crazy. That's true. That's true. That's why you need a buddy partner, someone who can guide you through, even though it may not help, just to talk them through it. That's what I do. If my wife is, in a moment, it's, and everybody's level is different, of course, but just, we work it through together or as best as we can. Sometimes the other individual doesn't want anybody around. They just need to do what they have to do. But I just try and, guide her down the best path that we can. Oh, yeah. And she does it herself. I mean, she's a brilliant woman. She's an absolute brilliant woman. But yeah, I'm sorry about that. That's a tough thing. That is a tough thing. But the good thing is that it gets better, I don't mean the anxiety. I mean, learning more and able to assist yourself and assist others.
Absolutely. Folks, that chat is right there. It's red hot, ready for somebody to come on to the chat.
So that's it. That's it. So Danny is coming on, right? We got Danny coming on. And who else is coming? Anybody else coming on to say hello? So T, I read the thing in Touch magazine about what was going on with Wendy, and it's so great that you're able to give the positive feedback on what's happening. And, you know, she's my sister. I hope she's doing all right.
Hey, good evening,
Hey, Bobby,
everyone.
what's going on?
How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing? You doing all right?
I'm doing great.
Hey, Bobby.
Relax. How are you?
Good. I'm doing good, thanks. I'm doing good. I've been painting nonstop and just got 2 commissions about 2 weeks ago, and so I've been working on those nice big ones, and you know, grateful for it. So it's working out all right. And I shaved. I don't think it's shaved. I got it all.
That always helps.
It does. It does. I look a heck of a lot younger, so it works out all right. You know. So how you doing? How's everybody?
Everybody's good. I was away in the mountains relaxing
Nice.
all weekend.
Good
Didn't
stuff.
want to
Hey,
come
Bobby.
back.
Bobby,
Yes.
thank you so much. Edgar's going to come on tomorrow. Thanks.
Oh, you're going to love him. You're very welcome.
Appreciate
He,
that.
he's a very interesting character.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right. Super, super.
You know, he was over at my house the other night and he asked me a question and he said, when you're thinking, when you're thinking, who's the person listening to your thoughts? And he made me go,
It's us.
So like just from that conversation, I was like, you guys got to talk to him because he just got so deep with a whole bunch. I mean, he went everywhere with the combo, but that was just a question that really makes you go, really, who's that? You know?
We got Yvonne Frank, IFPS TD also. Wow. Okay, so I'm definitely going to get
So
a
how you
specialist.
doing, Yvonne? Like,
I'm
how
definitely
are you?
get a
What
specialist
is it
on here.
specifically?
I didn't hear that.
Yvonne has post-traumatic stress disorder. So when I guess I had it. Well, the therapist said I had it, and what he said is that you got to hug yourself. That was for me. Now it worked for me, but yet I still think I have it because there's certain things that will trigger. It's not to the extent of when I was in a near-fatal car crash, I was almost killed, but it does, like, that anxiety comes in, the panic comes in, you know. Sometimes remorse, I can't breathe. All right, I gotta calm down. But I pat myself or I talk to myself or
You can
as
do
you said,
that, and you can also pray if you're into prayers.
that's right. Do whatever works.
That
Absolutely,
helps.
absolutely.
It's free.
Everybody
You don't got to
studies
pay.
different to
You don't
get
got to
the
pay
A,
for
right?
that.
Yeah. It's like whatever works to get you through that moment. You know, not every method works, not every situation works, not every medication or what. We're all created individually and it's for a reason, you know. So
Yeah.
it's just whatever works for you. But hopefully by us speaking, you know, we're able to give you, oh, you know what? I never thought about that. That's great. I'll try it. It may work, it may not. Who the heck knows?
Also,
Hopefully that's
also
what they do. Right.
an expert.
That's right. We are the
I think
little expert.
sometimes your environment and the people around you add to anxiety and stress.
Absolutely.
Oh,
So you
indeed.
have to evaluate your surroundings, what you're doing, your way of living.
That's right.
Even like someone said earlier, what you're eating.
That's 1,000%.
Like I drink coffee all day and all night, and everyone's like, "How do you do that before you go to bed? Don't you stay up?" It really don't affect me, but you know, it really. You should think about who you're around, what you're doing, what you're eating, what you're consuming.
Well, it's energy transference, right? Bad energy. If you got bad energy, it absorbs into you. You ever around somebody, you're in a happy mood, and all of a sudden you're like, what the heck am I doing here? You're pissed off, you're this, you're that. It's like, oh, you know, I felt good. You know,
And sometimes being alone is probably good for people who aren't lonely when you're around, you know, so much negative energy and people that are just drawing you down. So it really depends on your situation.
That's why I do a lot of the swimming and the running. It's not so much the exercise. A lot of times I tell people it's just to be by myself. You know,
Exactly.
It's to be by myself, and it's my way of kind of, you know, tricking myself into thinking, you know, oh, it's all about the exercise, but really and truly, it's just I need a moment.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead. You know, I'm trying to do something different with the channel, so I'm trying to give everybody opportunity to come on through and come on up. Bobby, I thank you so much for coming up. Thank you so much for passing through. Thanks for utilizing the chat. This is what it's all about, everybody. Use that link.
Bobby.
Come on up. Bobby, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much.
That was nice. She's sweet.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
she's very cool. And she's got killer glasses. Those
Oh
glasses.
yeah.
Oh, I love those glasses.
Got
So,
pizzazz. So
yeah.
I think somebody else is coming in. Let me see.
Who do we have next, Tommy? Hi.
Hiya.
How you doing?
Hey.
I'm Michael.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Can you guys hear me well?
Yep. Yep. How you doing,
What's
Hope?
your name?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Tommy? And
I'm Michael. How are you?
I'm okay, Michael. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. What's your name?
Hope.
Hang on.
What is it?
Hope. Hope.
Oh, Hope. Hi.
I'm gonna turn this
How
thing.
are you? How's
Do I need to
everything?
turn it up a little bit? Can you hear me? Or
Maybe turn it up just a hair, maybe.
okay. All right. Perfect. I could do that.
And then we gotta get your camera just a little bit more on you so we can see you good.
Just 1 second. Let me. I'm
Sure.
not good at. Oh, can you
That's
guys hear
all
me
right.
now?
You're doing great. Yes.
Now
And
you
if we could push the camera a little bit over towards your left.
Is this better? Nope.
Well, I
Not
can't
better.
see you. Move it over to. Nope, you got it. Yep, you got it right there. Yay! How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
I heard about the topic and it really kind of hit home. So it was like
Tell
I want
me.
to talk about it as well and just maybe learn from you guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we could learn from you too,
Yeah.
because we're just, we're just human beings here, just hanging around.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
agree.
I'm not a doctor. I play one on TV though. No one can. I just I've just it's everybody's life experience. You get the recipes for success, right? And it's
Yeah.
just that you know growing up for me, and you have things that transpire in your life that could either um, scar you,
Uh-huh.
make you, break you, what have you. But the
Uh-huh.
one thing that I learned is, with me personally, is I just don't let that stuff get into me. I pretend that I wrap myself around in Teflon, right? If we were all
Yeah.
wrapped in Teflon and we were bulletproof and people were spewing negative at us, what's it going to do? It just ricochets off. It doesn't do a single thing. So,
Do you,
yeah, it's
do you also suffer from anxiety or
um, I I don't suffer. I don't know if it's traditional anxiety. I'm not on medicine or anything like that. I mean, I get stressed out. My wife has anxiety, so I'm kind of the recipient of, when she gets going.
oh yeah.
But she's incredible. I mean, she's an incredible girl. I mean, it's
Yeah.
been with her almost 20 years. She's unbelievable. It's but the anxiety can be debilitating, yes. And
Absolutely.
it has been in the past.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You know,
I think go on.
go on, please.
No, I think like people never speak about when it comes to the family members and like the people who actually have to, because anxiety is not supposedly a disease, it's a mental thing. Whatever
Right.
the hell that is, I do suffer from it. I mean, severely. And a lot of people never actually speak about when it comes to anxiety. Doesn't just come. Anxiety has
No.
a best friend that she brings with her, and I'm not sure if you know who that is, but that's called depression. Okay, so she doesn't
Mhm.
just show up. She has her partner, and the saddest part is that when in the middle of the night that you have to call your loved ones and you have to because I mean they're telling you that, oh hey, oh just breathe, you know what, just try to breathe. If you could do
Doesn't
that,
work.
guess what, I wouldn't be calling you right now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But again, I think with me, I feel my dog is actually dreaming and crying in his sleep.
I know. I have a dog. They start chirping in the
Is that
middle of
is
their
that normal?
Yeah, it's totally normal. They're dreaming. It's in a dream state. It's totally normal.
Yeah.
Day. It's okay. She needs her mommy, I think. But anyway, what I was gonna say was that I really hate how it's looked at. You know, one of the biggest muscle in our bodies, I think, is our brain, and you know, it's not really considered like a disease that you can cure because it's all about like meditate, eat right, you know, take a walk, um, whatever that is.
It's
And a
genetic
lot of
compound. Yeah.
times, what people don't understand is if I really honest, if that was working, you know what I'm saying? I oh shoot, I would not um be asking for help, or I wouldn't be calling 911 when at the end of the day I know that when emergencies show up and you go to the hospital or the ER and you're there, it's the same old thing. You know, the sad part is when it happens when they get to know you and they know what you're coming there for. And it's like, you'll be fine because your disease, sometimes I think, I wish that people understood anxiety is honestly really one of the most powerful things that can kill people, you know, like, because I mean, you could be the biggest, smartest man, the you know, intelligent person. You could be, you know, older. You could be whatever, but still, our minds are so powerful that we can't control ourselves. That we have to act like an idiot and just say we're gonna die.
Hmm.
So I really think that for me, yeah, I know you said that a lot of people, you know, use whatever, but I've actually had anxiety since I was 18 years old, and honestly, I think that is one of the worst thing I had to go through in my life,
Yeah.
and actually, still till today, I feel less of a human because of anxiety.
Hope, let me ask you something. Do you where do you live? Are you what state are you in? Are you local to like
Minnesota. I live in Minnesota.
where?
Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota. Okay. So what I would suggest, and this is just me, okay?
Yeah.
Um, I would have you ever been to a chiropractor at all? No.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So I was studying to be a chiropractor originally. I couldn't get through school, but I've been doing chiropractic for 30 years plus. And the thing is that what happens is that your brainstem, your vertebra, if you're stressing your body out, okay, then your vertebra is getting out of alignment. When that vertebra is out of alignment, it's pinching off nerve endings from your brainstem through your foramen to the nerves to every single part of your body. What happens is by getting adjusted, it releases that subluxation, which is pinching off. And by getting adjusted with the anxiety that I've seen, it's going to help it more than it's going to hurt it. What I
Really.
would personally do, because what happens is your body goes into stress mode, whether it be anxiety or whatever, and your body is constricting, right? So if your body's constricting nonstop, 24 hours a day, your body's going to get worn down. It's going to wear down the fibers in your system. So by getting adjusted, it releases it. And by releasing it, it allows your body to breathe. And so by getting adjusted minimum once a week, twice, I get adjusted 3 times a week. I'm adjusted regularly. And the thing is that when I'm stressed out, I'm not feeling right, I get adjusted. And I get adjusted regularly, like I just said. But for the individuals who haven't heard of it, they think about getting adjusted and going to a chiropractor. Well, there's nothing wrong with my back. It's not about the symptom. It's about the subluxation. If the subluxation is out of alignment, you've got to realign it so your body can have proper flow. It's kind of like when you were a kid, if you take a hose and you turn on the faucet and you crimp the hose, right? Where's my camera? All right. You bend the hose, right? Is the water still coming out? Well, when you release it and you squirt your brother or your sister, it's still there. You're blocked. And by being blocked, you're not able to get the proper flow from here to everywhere else. The other thing that I would absolutely do unequivocally is find a hyperbaric chamber, oxygen chamber. What a hyperbaric oxygen chamber does is that pumps oxygen into your system. And what it will do is that they use it for autism, they use it for anxiety, they use it for ADHD, they use it for cancer, they use it for people in the sports industry, athletes who have been torn ligaments or what have you, have surgery, bruises, whatever I'm trying to say, and it heals you. I've been doing it on and off for 3 years. I stopped it when I was doing COVID because I was afraid of it, and I should have never been, because I thought, maybe, but it can't, any disease in there will not stay pressurized because of the pressure of the system. So now I'm in there every single week, and I have torn 2 bad knees where I need 2 knee replacements. I've been able to regenerate them to a degree where it's manageable. I still need that knee replacement, but I'm able to prolong it now because I'm doing what I'm doing. The anxiety of that, and what it does is it pumps oxygen to your brain. So the brain that's feeling it, it's giving you more oxygen, it's giving you life, it's revitalizing you. And maybe, just maybe, that anxiety will reduce. It may not go away. It may, but it's not going to get worse. It's only going to get better. My wife suffers from anxiety. At times it was debilitating. It still is. She's on medicine for it. And I understand her situation. I don't understand you. To say I understand your situation would not be fair to you, because I don't live with you and I don't see you on a daily, regular basis.
Right on.
So, and even if I did live with you and you were, my significant other, I'm not inside here. So it's,
even
you know
the
what I mean?
doctors cannot really tell you exactly what
They can't. They make a theory. It's like, all right, let's
it's
try this drug because I remember when I first started dating my wife, she told me about it and she was like a pincushion. Let's try this one. Nope, that's not working. Let's try this one. Nope, that's not working. We'll do a combination of this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And next thing you go, you got 700 drugs that you're pumping in your system and you don't even know what the hell's going on. And every single other one is counteracting and causing more of a problem than when it was. And then if you try and get off the stuff, then you plummet. And
you
it's
go
like,
worse, actually.
that's
Coming
right.
down from it is like,
and it's very dangerous
it's like,
to come off of that stuff. If you come off too quickly, it could be very, very, very dangerous.
And if you quit, like if you actually somehow stop without letting them
That's
know.
right.
Like, this is the whole thing. I used to be pretty much a guinea pig. Like they would be like, "Oh, are you feeling better?" And I'm like, yeah, no, okay." So I'm driving, and there was like 2 semi trucks, like right. And I'm like, oof, just for no reason, oof, I couldn't breathe, and I stopped in the middle, got out. I was like, forget about this car. I just want to breathe. Like when you really think you're dying.
Well, your brain believes it. It's self-hypnosis. It's like, right. It's like when you ever been like in a daydream and all of a sudden you're either happy or sad, or next thing you know, you find yourself, you're talking in the daydream, but you're awake.
Absolutely.
You'll know what's going on. Your body will feel it as if it's real. And that's if I could say anything, I would find a hyperbaric chamber ASAP, and I would be getting adjusted ASAP.
Yeah, thanks
tomorrow.
for the advice. I appreciate it. Right now, for me, actually, even just having this convo with people like you guys, and also the people in that chat are really awesome. I feel like I know all of them, and it's just comforting just to like share and let people know. Doesn't matter how young you are, how you look.
Correct.
Like, what race you are, what gender you are, you can really get affected by this very deeply, and it's
your DNA. Listen, no one in their right mind wakes up one day and says, I want to suffer from anxiety, or I want to be this, or I want to be that. We're born how we're born. Our chemical compound, our chemical DNA is the way it is. Usually it's genetic. If it's not genetic, then it just happens to be, this is what the strand is, and this is what transpired. The thing is that you've got to be able to combat it. And what happens is that we we deal with our educated mind and not the innate of who we are. So, for example, all right, go to a chiropractor. I don't need a chiropractor, educated mind. But just because you don't think you need a chiropractor, if you're talking to yourself, that doesn't mean your body doesn't need the chiropractor. Your body reacts the way it reacts. It doesn't think about it. It just reacts. So the oxygen in the hyperbaric chamber, it's feeding into your system. Your body is going to react how it's going to react.
How is that? Like, did your wife try that, and did that work for her?
She's a bit stubborn, my wife. I love her, but she's a Sagittarius. Is what December. She's like a big giant redwood at 5'2" at 120 pounds. I mean, she wants to do it, but and she has done, I think, once, but she just, I tell her all the time, I'm like, listen, you got to come into. I come out of that thing.
Do you have any knowledge as far as goes when it comes to do you have a background on a
life?
No, not life. Of course, we all do. Don't get me wrong. Everybody has
my background is Oh, let me let you finish. I'm sorry about that. Go on, please.
It's okay. Do you have any background as far as goes of anxiety on knowledge wise, or are you just giving your opinion of as you don't actually suffer from anxiety, right?
No, I don't know if I suffer. I suffer. I have panic. I mean, I have had panic attacks. Tremendous, where, I can't breathe. I feel like but it's, and that was based on situation, when the economy crashed. I mean, financially, it caused that type of thing. There were times where I couldn't go shopping, food shopping. When the economy crashed and I lost everything, couldn't go. I couldn't go in the food store. I got so stressed out because I was counting so much of what we could have, this, and this. And it was debilitating. I literally would not go. I won't go in there. And now it's like, okay, I'm good because I'm all right. But it's it was for a couple of years.
Yeah, no, I appreciate your advice. It's very nice, but it's kind of hard, and usually when it comes to such certain things, and if you're not really personally are going through it, like just yourself, or where you have
absolutely you can't
life, and even though your wife is going through it, I mean, still that doesn't really.
It doesn't quite. You're 1,000% right. Because when she's going through it, and I'm like, all right. And it used to be where after I got out of Tony Robbins, when I would do, I'm like, come on, you got to snap it. You got to break the pattern. You got to break the pattern. And she was like, Mike, you don't understand. I can't. It does not work that way. And I'm like, listen, you got it. You're smart. You can do this thing. You got this brilliant mind. I know you could do. No. And it took me so long to realize that.
Barb, I have Barb on as well. Barb, can you hear me?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Hi, Barb.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
Hey. But no, this is a great topic. And Mike, I totally think you have great points that you bring up. And
thank you.
The only thing, I would love to go to a chiropractor, but I went once. And he didn't warn me that he was going to turn my head a certain way. And he snapped it so hard, I almost had a heart attack. And I was like, oh my God, I'm never coming back. So I'm afraid that'll happen again.
Well, don't be afraid of that, because listen, everybody has a certain technique. It's just like a regular medical doctor. You go to a medical doctor, some people are gentle, some people are not. It's also technique. They have different types of technique. What you can do is that when they're doing Atlas and they're adjusting, and I'll give you a prime example. My sons, who are twins, are like, there's no way I'm not going to the car. I'm like, listen, you go to Uncle John, who's his chiropractor in New Jersey. And they're like, yeah, but he's the best. I said, listen to me. You got to get adjusted. So they've been sick. So I got them adjusted. What about Atlas? They use activator gun, which is like a gentle little push. And if you pull the thing back, it cocks back, and it's gentle, nice and easy. So there's a million ways to do it. And the one thing is that when you do go to that chiropractor, you tell that chiropractor, hey, listen, I don't, please give me activator gun. The activator gun will be gentle. and it's easier. And then they'll turn your head and turn your head, nice and simple. Tap, 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 tap. You're rocking and rolling. Don't let that be the deciding factor for you to live a healthy life. The deciding factor is the deciding factor to live a healthy life. To be able to go to a chiropractor and get adjusted and be subluxation free, which is not long lasting. This is not like, people are like, well, I went once and then, why do I need to go again? Well, if you owned a Ferrari and you got a vintage Ferrari, you got to tune those carbs all the time. You got to make sure that the car is running right. If you run a car without oil in it, it's going to seize. You've got to be able to take care of your system. And if you're not taking care of your system, you're shortening your life. You're shortening your life. I was studying to be a chiropractor. That doesn't mean I'm a doctor. I've been immersed in it for 30 years. And the thing is that it's just my natural insight. When I was in my near fatal car crash, I went to this guy in New Jersey. He was a top-notch psychologist. His name was Ed Lowenstein. He sounded exactly like Woody Allen. He was a skinny little guy. I give him big bear hugs. I'm a big guy. I'm like 6'2", 6 feet. And what was I then? Maybe 225, but built. Now I'm 240 and I'm not built. So the thing is that, I was like, Ed, what's going on? I'm freaking out. I'm waking up at night. I'm having these panic. He goes, you have post-traumatic stress disorder. I go, well, what do I got to do? He goes, well, you gotta. I go, come on, just cut it to the chase. Just tell me. You gotta hug yourself and pat yourself on the face, be in the third person. I did that for a week straight. I come back. We start talking. At the end of the conversation, he goes, I gotta tell you, I've been doing this for 30 years, and in 25 years of practice, you have more insight than most of the doctors that I refer with. I'm like, well, thanks a lot. I still can't get through school. I was terrible in school. Why? I'm ADHD, but I just had this natural knack for it. And I just know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the body and mind go together. I mean, if your body's not right, your mind isn't right. If your mind isn't right, your body's not right. So I do agree. And I do agree with what you said about when you go to a chiropractor, it's the nerves. Because it's your nervous system that's affected.
That's correct.
When you have anxiety. And
that's correct. Absolutely. And it's also, food intake and what you're doing and everything else there. I mean, you just got to take care of yourself. And the one thing is, don't let the fear dictate. And there are times when I'm feeling like panicky, I'll start talking out loud and I'll start dropping F-bombs all day long. F you, what are you doing? Come on, this is BS. What's happening? Stop it. You're feeling this way for a reason because it's a chemical. I'm chemically imbalanced. There's something going on. And if you're talking to yourself out loud, you're canceling out that thought.
Yeah. So you do a lot of self-talk. That's
absolutely.
That's really that I have to
because there's nothing wrong with it. I don't give a shit who thinks anything of me. I could care less.
Tell me
used
this.
to care when I was a kid. And as I've gotten older,
anxiety be triggered on a daily basis.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out. I'll see you later. I love you, but don't tell me what to do. I just can't deal with that nonsense anymore. I just can't.
And Mike,
buddy.
Good.
Can anxiety be triggered at a certain time, like certain activities that you do? Like I know when I'm getting myself up and out in the morning, I always seem to be going through something and trying to just. That's what makes me late. I think I'm always late
because you're always screwing with your hair. That's why you're always trying to comb your hair all the time. That's all you do. You're fixing the little. And it looks so smooth and sexy, but I tell you, don't worry about it.
It looks really nice tonight, though, isn't it? Look at it tonight.
It does. He looks good.
Oh, Tommy always looks good.
I like your hair too, Hope.
Tommy, did you
very cute with the little pigtails. I like that.
Oh no, I love this.
And Barb, I haven't seen your hair, but I'm sure it looks wonderful.
So I'm actually getting it done.
Michael,
tomorrow,
your hair looks beautiful too.
So I have.
I knew I liked you. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to let you guys go so you can let other people in. But thank you.
Wonderful. Barb, always.
Nice to meet you, Barb. But Barb, listen, I'm telling you, honest to God, where are you located? Are you located? Where? What city are you in?
In Santa Barbara.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There is I don't know how far. Are you by Life College West?
I just moved here, so I'm not
Oh,
sure, but
congrats.
I thought there's a West College here.
Okay, look for a chiropractic school. You
Okay.
could do that. You could go to their open clinic. It's very minimal.
Can I
Or
Mm.
what
ask?
you could do is find, I don't know if they have what's called the joint out there. It's $59 a month. It's
Okay.
four times a month. So
Mm.
one time a week. But if I were doing, I'd find a good chiropractor. Don't worry about with the neck. If you have someone who's gentle, they're going to adjust you. If you want to
Mhm.
use activator gun, then do the activator gun.
Mm.
They're going to go according to you. Their focus is to get you healthy. The most important thing, though, is to get that Atlas clear, because Atlas relates to everything else.
Mm.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid. I'm telling you. I mean, my kids were adjusted at birth.
Wow.
At birth. Why? Because it's like a tree.
No, I said wow.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is that on my phone thing, the thing is that when you're born, it's like a little sapling tree. What do? We tie we put a stake in the ground, and we tie the tree to it. So what? So it grows straight.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't bend and curve and everything. You want to be able to have that spine clear. My kids were adjusted once a week from birth. They never got sick. When they had like the Kosaki, and you got to dip them in the oatmeal and the whole thing, and it lasts for 3.5 months after that, whatever. It was 2 days. Not even. They went in the app. We got them adjusted. Boom, rocking and rolling.
One last thing I want to
Of
tell
course.
you. I had scoliosis as
Okay.
a child, and I wore a back brace for 4 years. So
Okay.
I wonder, you just never know. You wonder if that has something to do with it. Like,
Well, the scoliosis, depending on the severity of it,
mm.
Everybody has a form of scoliosis. Everybody has a slight scoliosis and
I
a
didn't know.
slight curvature to your spine. Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
But the thing
Okay.
is that depending on if you're having, if you had to have surgery on it, that's a whole nother level.
Yeah, no, I never did. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a natural curve to your spine. That's a guarantee. Everybody has it. And as you get older, depending on what you're doing, your right foot may be shorter by a half inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. It depends on what you're doing. If you're falling asleep in the chair at night and you're sideways, you're going to go out. If your spine is out and your sacrum's out and you're feeling it down, it's just your hips are out of alignment. So it's very easy things that can do to help you feel better. If you think that when you get adjusted, that's all you need, you're very, very much mistaken.
Yeah.
You should be getting adjusted once a week minimum. I get adjusted, like I said, 3 times a week. And it's just, that's what I do.
Okay.
It keeps me rocking and rolling.
Okay. Well, I'm going to rock and roll out of here. And
all right.
Barb, thank you
so
Hey,
much.
Barb.
And so nice seeing What?
Barb,
Bye-bye.
I wanted
Have
to
a great
ask you
night.
one question,
But I'll keep
Tommy.
watching. Bye.
Hey, no, Barb, wait a second.
Yeah.
I wanted
How do I
to
get
say,
out? What do I do?
Hi.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you do suffer from anxiety, right?
Yes. And so what
And
you were
it's
saying,
actually nice to hear someone who it's like really like that comfort, like when we are having that moment, like no one else knows.
I get that. Yeah.
Like we are just being two people who are just going through it, So but there's a lot of other people who are down there, like just like Michael, he has his wife, and so many other people, and it's so nice to actually for you to share with me because I was having anxiety over I was like, oh my god, I like the topic, but should I even say something? But then I'm like, you know what? What is the point of this if I can't?
You actually drove me to want to do this segment. So this was good because when we were doing that dating game and you said anxiety and whatever, and then you were still going to go ahead and move forward with it. I thought that was fantastic.
I was gonna, he asked me if I wanted to do it, and I said, yeah, no, I can't, because I said I'm gonna have literally die before I even show up, because I'd be like, no, for no reason.
Well,
so Barb, it's so nice to meet you. And
nice to meet you.
I've been to Santa Barbara, by the way, one time.
Oh, you have? It is beautiful. Yeah,
it's beautiful. I went to this winery that was back in the days, but it was beautiful, and I wish I could visit again one more time, at least in my lifetime. It's a
let me know. Catch me on.
Well, I know I got a new friend, so.
Be nice to have
Don't
a
leave
visitor.
though, Barb, because like make sure you keep on chatting and stay in. So we, we're still
I
all gonna
will.
be
I
here.
will. So nice talking to all of you.
Absolutely.
Have a great
All right,
night. I'll
Barb.
keep
You
watching.
as well.
Bye. Okay, you too. Bye. Hi,
Bye,
Donnie.
Barb.
Bye, Donnie.
Hi, Barb.
Hey, Donnie, how are you?
Hi, Michael. How
Donnie
are you?
DJ, how
Good,
are
brother.
you?
Good, good, good. How
Hi.
you
Nice to meet
doing?
you all. I'm doing pretty good. Hi.
Good, man. What kind of
Thanks for
DJ
having
are
me.
you?
Donnie.
I'm I'm a wannabe DJ. I don't work as a DJ anymore. That was a long time ago. I just use it
Really?
as a nickname.
Well, that's cool, man.
Where are you? Where are you
Were you
located?
DJ?
What stadium?
At a well, it wasn't it wasn't like that. I worked as a DJ at a pool hall here in my hometown of Glendale, California, which is
Oh,
inside
cool,
Los
man.
Angeles.
Oh
Nice.
man,
You're all right.
everybody lives in a beautiful California.
California. That's nice. That's nice. I gotta get out.
Good stuff, though. So, Donnie DJ, how is this conversation? Is it close to home? Is it something that you can relate to, or?
Actually, I do relate, but I came in pretty late tonight. I wasn't here for any of the beginning. I've only been in here maybe maybe 10 minutes before I popped in here. So
Yeah.
I was listening to Barbara there, and Michael, of course, was talking a lot there, and I was listening. So it's good stuff.
Good. Yeah. Well, we're trying to take a little turn with the channel and stuff. So anything that you would like to know, like to share, would consider to be pretty interesting content, then I encourage you to reach out to me. My email is trainwithtommy@gmail.com. I'm always reachable, always looking at my emails, and we're trying to take this channel back for the people, and just try to help folks out. We all need some sort of comfort and ear, and so we're out here. So I'm just so thrilled that you came up. Have you been on the channel for a while? Have you been on this channel for a while, or you just passed by?
I'll be right back.
I started watching, I don't know, a month or so ago, I want to say, maybe a little more. I'm friends with Barb, who was just on here.
Oh, okay, cool.
And so she turned me on to all this recently. So I've been kind of watching
Thanks,
the
Barb.
YouTube stuff here and there when I can.
Yeah. Good. You seem pretty chill and mellow type individual there.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I like to think that I'm doing all right.
Yeah. A lot of times, the energies, I know we talked about anxiety and things, and I could be a pretty high-strung individual. And a lot of times I either like starting my day with a run or ending my day now, just getting back to my swim. I'm going to commit myself to it. So what do you do I'm just I want to kind of close things out, but as I close things out, I want to maybe offer some takeaways that are given just by our contributors and our family here within the channel, and maybe just encourage one another and maybe give some support with each other on what might work for us and it might work for somebody else. So what are some ways that you can combat stress or any type of anxiety during the course of the day, Donnie DJ?
Well, I don't know how to answer that precisely, but let me just say this. One of the realizations that I've had very recently is that everything in this entire universe is a vibration. So everything's vibrating at their own frequency, right? So the difference between being, let's say, anxious and being not anxious or calm or whatever is really, when it comes down to it, it's just a different frequency vibration.
Mm-hmm.
So the trick for people that are suffering from anxiety, I would say, is to adjust the frequency if you can do that. And it's usually something very minor, actually. For example, if you look at the electromagnetic spectrum of all the different types of electromagnetic radiation that goes from like radio waves all the way up to gamma rays and all that stuff. If you look at, for example, the visible light part of that spectrum, let's say the difference between the color, pick any two colors, let's say blue and green or something in the rainbow. The difference between those two frequencies is not a whole lot, but yet we see them as distinctly different colors. And, colors can do other things to us too. But the point is that to change from one frequency to another, it's the real trick of all this life that we're in. And, being anxious is just one particular frequency, let's say, and then other frequencies are not anxious. So if we can find the way to adjust those frequencies, then that was my realization that I had just a few days ago. I thought I'd just put that out there for y'all.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
Thanks a bunch. Nice. Yeah.
I
Good
like that.
takeaway.
It was actually, your voice is so calming as well, by the way.
It certainly is.
Well, thank you.
Was nice.
Yeah, I work here in Glendale as a computer tech, but I also teach part-time. I teach computer science. So when I'm doing that, I have to talk a lot. And my class is like a lecture, so I'm talking for 2 hours, 3 hours at a time. And there's a saying in the profession that says that teaching is 90% theater. So, you've got to keep your students entertained these days, as well as informed. But if you lose them, if they're not interested, doesn't matter what you say, they're not going to listen.
Absolutely. True.
Yeah, well, you seem like you're doing a good job. So, DJ
Absolutely.
Donnie, right? Donnie DJ?
Yeah, I'm non-binary, so you might see me if I come back in the future. I might be looking more feminine than I look tonight. I often go around in a very feminine mode, actually.
Okay. I wish you came in that way, because then that would have been awesome.
Well,
I'm just. It's beautiful too. Because
thank you. I had the day off work today, so this is just me being comfortable, and that's my MO, is just to be comfortable. Sometimes I'm more comfortable like this. Sometimes I'm more comfortable being more feminine.
Oh my God, that's
so
beautiful.
Yeah, I go. I have to go to work tomorrow. I have to actually physically go into work tomorrow, so I'll probably
Will you come back and just make sure that you come back on the other person, wherever you feel comfortable? By the way, just be whatever makes you feel comfortable. But if you come back differently, I would love to see that as well.
Well, thank you. I'll try if I come back. But again, my whole MO is just to be comfortable, and it's just sometimes.
Here.
I'm sorry. Say again.
You're very welcome here, and we would love to have you. So
thank you.
Back.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for having me, Tommy.
Absolutely, Donnie DJ. It's really thrilled to have you on here, and by all means. Have you subscribed to the channel so you get alerts and things?
Yes.
Fantastic. Well,
I bet he has.
I'm excited to see you again. Do you cook? Do you cook?
Is your hair long?
Yeah, I'm getting it long. Yeah, if you can see that.
Yeah.
If I'm in the shower and it's wet, it'll come down to about here. I've been growing. I only came out of the closet a couple of years ago.
Really?
It was right before. Yeah, I'm 51. So I was closeted my whole life.
Hold on a second. Go back. How old are you?
51.
No, you're not.
Well, then you can take it up with my mom.
Michael.
Yeah.
51. I mean, doesn't he look like he is pretty much like 24?
Well, he looks younger. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think, people have, I'm going to be 54 in March. So.
Oh, Michael is digging for a compliment right there. Look at you.
Well, I mean, look how long we've known each other. I mean, you know me by now.
Hey, Donnie DJ, you look beautiful, and I am happy that you're out of the closet, because the closets are too small, especially for people like me. I have anxiety. I can't be in it. Too small.
Yeah.
But now that you live in your beautiful life and that's the only thing you can do, fuck the rest of everybody else if they have an issue with it.
No cursing.
Oh yeah, actually, they can play with some.
Yeah,
Okay, so
that's good.
Yeah.
So you hope you're coming out. That's it. Listen, the anxiety is just the anxiety. It's like if we can I don't know how to do it.
I'm not coming out. I was saying.
No. I don't mean coming out. I mean like you're letting the anxiety just kind of go away, and you're being more relaxed.
Back to that thing, yeah.
Donnie, I have to say, I'm really thrilled that you came on, and furthermore that you extended the conversation with the fact that you're, going through your, would you consider it like a change? Are you consider doing a permanent change? Is that where you're heading?
Well, I don't know at this point.
Yeah.
I'm at the moment I identify as non-binary, so to me that's just kind of this category that's not really a category. It's whatever I want it to be.
Yeah.
And it's like it just means I'm really neither a man nor a woman.
Okay.
But I would love to be a beautiful woman, let's say, but it seems like an unattainable goal. And if it is an actual goal that I could attain, I see this tremendous amount of work involved in getting to that point. Now that may be worth it, I don't know, but I have fears just like everyone else.
Yeah.
So, I've been in therapy, and I'm, debating taking hormones and things like that. I haven't made any firm decisions on that yet. There's a lot of options I still have here. But I think that for the moment, at least for right now, I'm fairly comfortable in this place I found where it's like, okay, I can be whatever I want to be on any particular day of the week, in any particular moment of the day. Sometimes I'm comfortable wearing a dress, sometimes I'm not, depending on, it's like, and I'm not going to go shopping for groceries in a Prada dress, right? So the thing is, since I've only been out for a relatively short time in my life, even though, like I said, I've been like this my whole life. Since I was 5, at least, I knew this. And part of this whole process that I've been having since I popped out of the closet is kind of rediscovering who I really am. And that's a really interesting thing to go through.
So what made you actually at this age of your life to actually make the decision to say, you know what, since you said that you've been this way since you were young, right? Was it like a pivotal moment or something that happened that just made you think like, you know what, I just want to be me, and before life is, before it's too late or something?
Yeah, that was certainly part of it. Another part of it was that I got tired of hiding.
Yes.
Because when you're in the closet and when you're, trans, whatever, I've got a whole bunch of female quote unquote clothing, and so if I want to wear it, I can't wear it outside the house, and so I've got to, basically have to hide who I am. I just got tired of hiding, and I got tired of hiding from my friends and family, and it got to be just really tiring to do that. So I sort of made a decision that I was going to come out, and I also got divorced. I was married to a nice woman, but we went our separate ways a few years ago, and that allowed me to have some extra kind of freedom. And I was so deep in the closet, she didn't even know. I was just,
really.
Yeah, I was just.
Like, how long have you been how long have you guys been together then?
We were together for over 15 years.
And she had no idea.
No.
So you really make yourself miserable as miserable could be, meaning like you really just couldn't even be yourself 5% of your life. Like you just had to be in a character, I'm assuming.
Well, I found myself wherever it was that I was at that moment. In other words, I was so used to being in the closet that it was actually sort of natural to continue staying in there when I was with my ex-wife. And it was interesting because when I met her, I remember specifically having this debate with myself of, am I going to tell her about this side of myself or not? And I ultimately decided not to because of fear. I was afraid she would reject me and take off if she found that out. And you know what? She might have. I mean, there's no knowing. My
Especially
experience is,
15 years ago, right?
yeah, it was a long time. It was actually more than 20 years ago now. But
Yeah.
the thing that I've discovered right now is that most women, at least as far as I can tell, don't want a girly man. They want a manly man. And I understand that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's totally natural. But the point is, I didn't want to take that chance with my ex-wife, so I never told her. I never let on to that. And then, when I finally came out, she was as shocked as anyone. And she's still, I think, tripping out on the situation, even though I've been out for almost 2 years.
So, like, were you, like you said, from you knew from a young age, right?
Oh yeah.
So, like, I'm not sure. Like, I mean, I guess I'm a millennial, and I have like a different like idea. Like for me, it's like I would never, I mean, love me or hate me, here I am. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But back then, and I think like the pressure, especially when it comes to man, is like severely kind of different because it's like you're a man, you're a man. It's like this thing that I'm not sure what that even is, like a zombie, like you're a man, you're a man. So I can feel and understand where you're coming from, but also I really want to give you a hug from here just because living through that much of your lifetime of your young age, your youth, all the moment that you wanted to experience and figured out who really that you were inside as a human being, just in general. You had to please society or world or family or just whatever that was. And hey, guess what? It might have been only 2 years. Kudos to you. You're at least out here right now. So.
All right, I'm out now, and I have the rest of my life to sort of explore that. And it really is an exploration, at least right now it is still. It's kind of like, well, wow, I can keep trying and thinking about it, and maybe, again, I'm still kind of debating taking female hormones or not. It's kind of this debate that I'm having. But whether I do that or not, it's almost doesn't matter because I'm out and I'm out and about and I think it's kind of dovetailing on what Michael was saying just a few minutes ago, how like I came to a point where it's like I can't care what anyone else thinks of me anymore. I just don't care.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Good for you, man.
I mean,
That's
you're
good
young,
for you,
so
buddy.
you still have a time to change if you wanted to change. Do you remember who Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner is?
Yeah, I know about Caitlyn. What about her?
So, like, you still have plenty of time if you want to go ahead and explore, and because you're honestly very young, so you probably would kick some ass because you have the feature actually right now that has very feminine feature. I'm just being completely blunt. So whichever way
thank
you
you.
go, you'll be all right.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And thank you
You're
again for having me on here. I appreciate it, Tommy.
You're welcome, Don DJ. Look forward to seeing more of you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week.
Congratulations, brother.
Thanks. I'll see you guys later.
Congratulations. Listen,
Please come back.
we are who we are. Our energy is who our energy is, right? The soul is who the soul is. It never ages. It is who it is. Just because it's wearing a different shell or wearing a new shell, whatever it may be, in theory, it's like, it's whatever puts a smile on your face. Everybody worries about so much about what everybody else is doing. Tell them to go blank themselves. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We all go through our own struggles of our own identity, whether it be feeling man, woman, or just strong,
Anxiety.
weak right. It's like we all struggle, right? It's just we all have our struggles. We all have those internal conversations with ourselves, those internal tornadoes that are inside of us. Do we go this direction? Do we go that direction? And it's not so much based on, it could be sexuality, it could be this, it could be that, it could be, with whatever it may be. work out, not work out, be plump, be whatever it may be. And it's like, it's just breaking it down. And sometimes it takes, you know, an earthquake to kind of wake everybody up. And so the thing is that I'm here. I'm still the same person. You just didn't know my other half. You know, it's just, that's what it is. And that doesn't relate to your experience. It relates to all of our experiences as far as on, you know, the way we choose to live our life. And so I applaud you for it. Wait, let me get my thing here. Way to go, champ. Way to go. I mean, and I mean champ in the highest regard of respect. And I mean that for all of you, because my mother, when she was battling cancer, I called her champ. I used to say Muhammad Ali's got nothing on you. So, you know, if you're getting the champ from me, not that I'm anybody special, it's way to go, buddy. Way to go. So, and you as well, Hope. You know, it's like, we got to just keep on pushing, you know.
Thank
Got to
you
keep
so
on
much,
swinging.
Michael.
What, are you kidding me? Come on.
Look at
It's
that.
all good.
Even though you can't give that much advice when it comes to anxiety, my dear friend, because
I don't experience
we're
it.
the one who's going through it. So how about
That's right.
you say, like, I wish I understood, but when you tell me how to go ahead and take care of it, it's just like, oh, Michael, no.
I know.
Okay.
Well, you know, I don't know how to take care of it. I wish, you know, we want, you know, the thing that I realize is that as me or significant others, we want to protect those people that we love, right? We want to make it better.
Yep.
And so what happens is that we get caught in the crosshairs of what our loved one is feeling and then what we're going through. And that's the thing. And we want to heal you. We want to save you. We want to love you and take care of you and nurture you. And we can't do it. And that at times I think becomes frustrating.
The problem, actually, that's the problem.
Yeah.
And you know why that's the problem, Michael?
Why?
The thing is that, see, you said that, your advice to me was to go ahead and get and see a chiropractor ASAP, right? And when I asked you about your wife, if she has done it, you said no, she hasn't because she's stubborn. See, this is the thing. I need you to understand one thing when it comes to people with anxiety, okay? See, you could be there, but when you think that, like, because people always speak to us, like we are dumb, breathe. How about you go ahead and take a walk, okay? If you just literally, I don't know, maybe just go ahead and eat a salad or something, or just drink a couple of more water, or things that make no sense, because like we are intelligent, we know
Absolutely.
but since you're not going through that feeling inside of us, and you're not actually professionally qualified, all we want, if you're our loved ones, like I'm just saying for your wife.
Yeah.
Because I know how I have family members who always say to me, seriously, all you have to do is just go ahead and just take a walk. And I'm like,
no.
Oh my God, where is the, when you
Nope.
need, like that's all I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying, right? Where is
I know. And listen, Hope, I tell you, when me and Lisa started dating and she would go through a panic or what, I would try and be like, okay, come on, we got to breathe. Let's go. And I was trying to do all my stuff that I learned that helped me. And I figure, all right, listen, we could push through that. You cannot. You just, now what I do is I'm like, okay, I'm here. When you're ready, just let me know what you want me to do. That's it. I'm waiting. I wait. Whatever you got to do, you tell me, because I'm the blind one. She's the one who sees.
This is the thing. Your wife, I feel for her because she knows and I know what exactly that feeling is. But what you have to understand is like one of the hardest part is actually when you have to hear someone telling you the feeling you have inside is not how you should be feeling. But if you somehow, because you are so stupid that you took a walk, okay, that you be fine, And that is like something that happens to me, you know, all the time with my family. And you know what? I abuse my family. I don't think people talk about when it comes to anxiety. I call them 3 in the morning, and you know what I said? I can't breathe. I need you here now. And guess what? I've seen my own family show up in the middle of the night, and they come, and all I need, okay, is my loved ones, the ones that I trust inside in my heart. Like
That's
it has
right.
to be. It could be a best friend. It could be a partner. It could be your mom. It could be whoever that is. That person is AF. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all the way down. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do.
And that person is like, okay, we look at it as like as a medication. We pick a person too sometimes, and it's crazy. And I'm telling you right now, and if that person shows up and touches my hand or like hugs me, you know, guess what? I'm not dying all of a sudden. Okay, I'm actually
That's
breathing.
right.
I'm okay. And otherwise, I'd be in the emergency freaking people asking me, okay, do you have allergies to, and for no reasons, you know, like all those
Mm-hmm.
crap that happens,
They go
you know
through
what I'm
the
saying?
yeah.
But again, those people I feel bad for. And I can tell with your wife is probably, I wouldn't be married to you if you weren't like that person for me. I mean, obviously that's actually like it has to be. I mean, you
Right.
have to go through that part for her. And if you don't understand, we feel bad that we're putting you through that. Just so you know,
Mm-hmm.
we
Yes.
are guilty every time, even when we know that we are pushing you so hard. It makes us feel so like it's just like so small. It's like, why in the world am I not capable of controlling this emotion now that I have to put this person through this? And especially when the person has done it a billion times, their actually nice words become like, oh, believe me, not so nice. Okay? It's not nice. They're like, oh, I'm coming, but I hate you. Okay? I'm coming. Okay? I'm going to come
Folks.
and hold you, but you suck. So,
All right. Listen up.
Yeah.
Listen up.
Well.
thank you.
So
I
we're
wanted
going
you to know
to
that.
depart from the topic for the night.
Thank
I
God.
think
Please.
we're definitely had given it some time and patience, and I gained further insight on what anxiety is. We want to definitely get somebody clinical on here. I'm going to try to work on that tomorrow. If anybody knows of anybody willing to come on and share with us from a professional standpoint, somebody who's qualified and authorized to speak on it and can help us out, by all means, please direct them to my email, trainwithtommy@gmail.com, and we'll try to make that happen tomorrow evening at 9 o'clock sharp.
Did I say
Good.
sure?
I mean, around that time. It's anxiety, y'all. Please. Don't shoot the messenger.
I hope Nita is behind you saying like, don't say sharp.
Yeah. Nita's doing the smart thing right now. She's knocked out getting that rest. I'm going to try to do the
I'm
same.
so glad
Great
we
swim this
actually.
evening. Again, Donnie DJ, it was fantastic having you on. Thank you so much for feeling comfortable. You
Thanks,
found your
Donnie.
second family.
Thanks,
And we'd
Hope.
love to have you
Thank you.
anytime. Folks, I don't know if the
Hugs to
merchandise
everybody.
is in plate. I know
We got you.
Apple Crescent is always patiently telling me how to attach the information for the merchandise. We will be having new merchandise being put out sometime real soon. We have our hoods, t-shirts, mugs, masks, and looking forward to doing further merchandising through the channel. So thank you so much, everybody,
Sounds
for
good.
giving up your time. Tomorrow, same time, around 9 o'clock. And we're going to go ahead and close this out. Thanks again, everybody.
All
And
right,
we're going to work on,
guys.
we're actually working on an intro and an outro so that we can, I can have some stuff happen before I come on. Here's Tommy. And then here I come, the bald guy. One day I'm going to show you all. I could grow a little bit of hair.
Can you?
I mean,
Where?
Oh my God, Tommy, I beg you, I swear to God, if I saw a couple of hair in the back of that, I would have freaked out. I would have had the real panic attack would have showed up right now. So
Since 18 years old, yo. This is it. This is all I have to offer. All right, folks. Well, have a wonderful evening. We're going to go ahead and close this out. Take care. God bless.
Bye, guys.
everybody.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, how do I leave?
So,
Hey, bud.
all right.
That was a great
Still.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great
Good,
show.
huh?
Yeah. Really, really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. And I gotta tell you, Hope was seriously hitting home with what she was saying. It was like